Hello again, frog fans. So this is going to be a happy and angry video at the same time. We're going to start happy. So in this box we have, first this is the first wave of these Frog Planet figures. I have a few other videos on them. I don't think I'm going to get the whole collection, and I'll explain why. But this is the red-eyed tree frog, or red-eyed leaf frog as it's known. It's a really popular frog. Everyone recognizes a frog like this, supposedly. That's what Wikipedia tells me. But you'll notice how loose that was in this. Look how loose that is, right? There's literally like 2 centimeters of air above this. So it's just gonna... I'm shocked that this wasn't broken. The box is very flimsy as well. I don't really mind that. If it just had extra foam, it would be much more secure. Alright, I'm gonna get this box out of here. So yeah, the red-eyed tree frog, it's a tree frog, meaning it lives up in the trees, but it does reproduce near water. It lays its eggs on leaves, but then the eggs hatch and the tadpoles drop into the water. These things live off of insects, and they hunt at night. They're nocturnal creatures. And as colorful as this thing is, it is not poisonous like other colorful frogs. These are native to Central America as well as the northern part of South America. And then the males can be 2 inches long, the females 3 inches long, and they live about 5 years, and they lay egg clusters of around 40 eggs. That's what Wikipedia says, so if I'm wrong, blame Wikipedia. Overall length of this one is roughly maybe 7 centimeters from snout to vent. And it is a hard, rigid plastic. It is very heavy for its size, being a solid chunk. And let's see. So it's got bright red feet. Yeah, they look nice. These big, like, ends of the toes and fingers. And then you can see the red must have been airbrushed because it's fading out into the, I guess, tan of the top feet. And then there's some like off-white splotches here, and this is all off-white with some blue splotches. And then it turns into Kermit the Frog green. And it's well painted, it's well executed. It looks like there might be a darker green because you can see it's much lighter here. So maybe it's airbrushed, and maybe some yellow as well here. Now the eyes are clearly the highlight of this. They're not actually round, they're ovoid. I thought they would be round, but they're actually ovals vertically. And then the pupil also is a slot. And it's got 3 white reflective dots there on each eye. It's not an error. And the eye is very glossy. This square you see is the LED above us. But you see on the back, you can't see that, so it's quite matte finish. The nostrils are there. There's no paint in the mouth groove either. But it does look nice. It's cool. You just gotta be really careful about these toes breaking off. So Dendrobates or Dendrobates tinctorius is known as the blue poison dart frog. So this is, I believe, the secret chase of this whole wave here. I bought this off AliExpress, and it came in a bubble wrap and just a bag. There was no carton. So look at this, got crushed. I just taped it together myself. These things I think may have cost $15 when they were new. I paid almost $60. So almost 4 times the original price. And again, look at how much airspace there is, and also this hard mask was in there. So now the reason why I'm getting more angry is this thing showed up with 4 broken fingers. I glued them all back on so you don't have to watch me. But I can show you the cracks. There's a crack right there. That finger was broken. This toe, and that toe. Those were all broken off because these are rigid plastic. And so the main problem is this brand. Whoever makes Frog Planet, they need to have better packaging. All they need to do is take this original packaging, put in an extra piece of foam. In this case, a piece of foam here, a piece of foam there, then close that. So as long as nothing moves around in shipping, it won't break. But in a big open thing, this thing is like rolling around, and like obviously it's gonna break off these super delicate parts, right? It's a given. So that's why I'm angry, because I paid 4 times the original price and it basically showed up all broken, which I'm not into, you know. Hopefully I get my money back. I should get my money back. The seller, technically it's not their fault, but they could have easily opened up the thing and put in some extra foam. A lot of sellers in the 1/64 scale world, they'll tape the models down inside the boxes, knowing that the manufacturers don't know what they're doing. Okay, so some Wikipedia here. This this poison dart frog is from the savannah in southern Suriname, which is a country in South America. I never knew that. I always thought Suriname was in Africa, but no, it's in South America. So these are small frogs. They can grow up to be 4.5 centimeters, which is still less than 2 inches. Oddly, the tips of the appendages are round on the females, but they're heart-shaped on the males. So I guess these being round, this must be a female frog. I think the females are probably bigger than the males as well. The black dots, although in this case they're dark blue, they're different on every frog. It's kind of like a fingerprint. Interestingly, the tadpoles have gills instead of lungs, so that's interesting. And let's see, only the phylobates species of these frogs is actually poisonous. And that poison comes from the insects that it eats, the alkaloids in the insects. So when these things are bred in captivity, they're not poisonous because they're not eating those types of insects. So you can keep these as pets. They're really cool looking. So when these things have offspring, they have 5 to 10 eggs, and the males take care of the eggs. Sometimes the females will hatch. They hatch within 18 days. And they're fully mature, I guess, 12 weeks, 3 months. And these things can live up to 10 years in captivity, which is quite a long time for something so small, in my opinion. Oh, these are terrestrial frogs, so they hop around the ground, but they also they fight each other, I guess. But it's weird because I see these images here with groups of them, so those two don't seem to be fighting. Look how small that is. Interesting. Okay. Alright, that's all I care to learn about here. So let's see. Lengthwise, I would say the longest would be around 7 centimeters. Again, it's a solid piece of resin, and it seems to be airbrushed in a couple different blues. This lighter blue here, and then a darker blue, or maybe even some purple. What's interesting is it has arrows in certain spots, and it's literally pointing at you, and the eyes are also arrows. That's interesting. You know, this round thing is a magnet for the mask. There's arrows on the arm, the back, the belly, and the eyes. I'm not sure what the arrows why the significance, but it's definitely different. I do like that it's pointing at you. You'll see I didn't glue that finger on properly. It's sticking out. The reason why I don't attempt to repaint this is because it is airbrushed. You know, I can't match a fading of this blue to what might be purple. So that's why I'm really angry. Anyhow, it's moving on. This mask here, yeah, it looks like it would be a brown leather mask. It looks like there's stitching here, some silver buttons or something, and then some ventilation, and then ventilation. Oh, I see, these are the gas cartridges here with pre-filters. This is the exhaust vent, and these are actually eyeglasses. Interesting. Interesting also is this is 3D printed originally. Those are the step lines. Or maybe this is 3D printed now and it was painted. I don't know. It feels too heavy to be 3D printed resin. So I think maybe the prototype was 3D printed and then they pulled a silicone mold off of it. And then they recast polyurethane into that silicone mold. Because it feels really heavy for what it is. This paint isn't obviously very smooth there, but you can see the round magnet embedded in here. A couple screw details here. The mask is really well done, actually. It's well painted and it's detailed nicely with all these little bits. I like it. Oh, I noticed there's some nostrils in here, but no black paint. So the mask fits really well. I just don't know why. I mean, it's a poison dart frog, but it's not farting its poison. The poison is in its skin. It's not a bad breath frog. Yeah, I guess it's better than nothing. It's very comical. The arrow eyes are really wacky. Almost for some reason it reminds me of Hypnotoad. Does no, Hypnotoad doesn't point at you. Anyways, that's cool. I like the magnet, and that happens in a few other figures from this brand. It's weird that I have a frog collection, but I do. So this is from Animal Heavenly Body. This is some sort of New Year's celebration one because it has tadpoles on it. So this is a realistic looking frog. Animal Heavenly Body goes for realism instead of comedy. I prefer the comedy ones myself. But now we're going to get into more quality problems. So this is from a different wave. And this has such stubby legs, but this thing, you can see the fracture right here. It broke right there on that line. And again, it's because the cavity this was sitting in was bigger, so the thing's just like running around and, you know, and colliding with the foam. This one also, there's a break somewhere in here. It's well hidden. I don't know where it went, but I'm pretty sure this one was broken, and that's really heavy. So this is a Breviceps. This is like a rain frog, and this is a Suriname horned frog. And this is from a La Palma glass frog. Nothing was broken on this, but look at the feet. If these feet are on the ground, why are these way at this angle? The reason why is they didn't glue the arms and legs in properly. So just poor quality control. Yeah. Alright, you can look at reviews of those other ones elsewhere. So in summary, as much as I like the design of these things, the material choice is horrible. These are not well detailed. Like, there's no fine fur, there's no tight details. These could easily be made out of PVC, which is a far more flexible plastic. That's what like art toys come in. Those little cheap cardboard boxes, art toys by like Pop Mart and all that stuff. Those are far more durable. This branch is switched to PVC, so you don't run the risk of these things getting damaged. So if anyone can leave comments on their social media, that would be fantastic. I don't have time. I have too many toys to review. So with that said, I cannot recommend this brand. I can't recommend Frog Planet to anyone unless you are willing to accept that it's going to show up broken and you might have to fix it yourself. I'm not a fan of doing it. I can do it, but I'd rather not, especially when I pay 4 times the price for the original price. It bothers me, you know? Anyways, I'll leave a link if you want to run the risk that I did. But they might be sold out by the time I post this video, so I apologize for that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in another frog video. But I don't know if I'm going to be angry or not. Depends if I buy this brand again. Bye.